Hey, Reggie, I got a couple questions for you. With Mel Tucker being brought in, Kirby Smart's back focusing on linebackers. What does that mean for you? And I know, how is that meshing?
With Coach Smart back, that's a great feeling knowing I got the defensive coordinator there with me. I know I can get everything I need to know about the game plan. I can just call him up. And also with Coach Tucker, me and Coach Tucker talk all the time and just about NFL stuff and the things that I need to do to make sure that the team is on the right focus and doing the right things to make sure the team is good with each other.
What do you think about the decision to bring Tucker down from the Chicago Bears? I know the secondary was a trouble spot for Alabama last year.
That's a great idea. A great thing Coach Saban and the coach staff did to bring in a guy that was the defensive coordinator that knows football and the schemes that they gonna bring together with Coach Smart and Coach Saban is going to be very good. And with the secondary, Coach Tucker is known about getting ball disruptions and getting interceptions and pass deflection and all that stuff, and he's very tough on the guys to make sure that they're doing the right things on and off the field.
All right.
Reggie, what's different about you this year? So obviously you had the good year last year. What's different? What's evolved in your game? Where have you progressed going into this season?
Probably been more of a leader and more mature as a player. Each year you have to grow and mature, and I'm maturing more and knowing and looking at coverages and the defense is better and just being smarter and asking questions. Because at first I wouldn't ask questions that I needed to ask, and now I'm asking the necessary questions to make sure everybody's lined up and ready to go on the field.
And you can be used outside too in some situations?
Oh, yes, sir. Third down packages, they're going to put me in at the buck to rush outside and just try to evolve my game and just show people I can do more on the field instead of just being a two-down linebacker.
Reggie, Steve Nissen, WEAR Pensacola. I know last year didn't end the way you guys wanted it to. How did that affect the offseason, the mentality during the offseason?
Our motto this year is finish throughout the whole year. Running, program, finish. Workouts, finish. Film study, finish all the way through, and don't take plays off, because that's what we haven't did in the past 2 years, actually, against Auburn and not covering down like we're supposed to. But we got to do the right things that we got to do, and we got to finish. And that's the problem with it. And guys got to do the right things off the field and on the field, and we got to finish.
Hey, Reggie, Jacques Doucet, WAFB TV in Baton Rouge. If you could share your experiences, what did you learn from Kevin Steele during his time at Alabama, and what kind of coach was he to play for?
Coach Steele was a great coach to play for. He showed me the right things that I need to look at. At linebacker, there was times I wouldn't look at the right things and plays to go past me, and I'm going the other way. And he made sure as the year went on, I was looking at the right things. He helped me evolve my game into a better person. Off the field, he helped me become a better man with life situations that anytime I need to talk to somebody, he was there I could talk to, and he was a great mentor for me.
Reggie, what did you learn from volunteering with the Veterans Administration and your community involvement with it?
I've learned volunteering that I got to be more appreciative to life, and I didn't have to go through the things that they went through growing up, protecting our country, and I'm very thankful for those people, and I learned a lot from them. Like some of the stories that they told. I know I met a guy that was like 93 years old, and he stormed D-Day, and like the things that he told me, it was very a humbling experience, and I'm just very thankful to live the life that I'm living.
Lauren Sisler, WIT 42. Kirby Smart said that he reached out to Tom Herman at OSU after last year's playoff game. Did they give you any feedback? Did he share with you what you learned, and have you taken any of that into the offseason?
I didn't even know Coach Smart did that, but like, I'm sorry, can you say that again? Can you say the question again?
Well, if he didn't give you feedback, you know, what are you taking from last year's game in the playoff coming into this year? What have you learned, and how does that translate this year and this year's defensive?
I learned you got to respect everybody. I know some guys didn't respect the fact that Cordell Jones was a third-string quarterback coming in. A lot of guys didn't respect him. And when we got on the field, he showed that he could have been a starter anywhere around the country. And that's one thing we got to respect our opponents more. And a bunch of guys on the team would tell you we didn't respect them.
Dan Young, WRBL, Columbus, Georgia. You've got a couple guys in that front seven with you from Auburn with Rayshawn Evans, Reuben Foster. What do you expect from them, and do you guys ever pick on them for kind of being from Auburn?
We expect a lot out of them because them guys are going to have to come in and help us play a lot. And with Rashawn, we pick on him all the time because of Auburn. But Reuben, he still has that Auburn tattoo. So sometimes we make him cover it up, sometimes we don't. But I'm glad them guys are with us, and those two are my brothers, my little brothers. I do anything for them. They know they can come to me, probably if they got help or need something. But them guys are gonna have to help us out this year, and I think they got the right mindset going into it.
Hey Reggie, Coach Saban was just in here telling us a story about in the off season, older couple comes up to them and to him and says, you know, maybe we'll win next year. You know, this is after an SEC championship season, playoff semifinal. What do you think about just the monster that you guys have created, being so successful for so long? Are you guys allowed to have a bad season at Alabama?
No, because the fans will let you know when you're doing bad. But like we got to have the right mindset at all times coming in, because we got a bunch of pressure on us. Because the guys that came before us, they instilled something that we have to keep finishing and keep going on with. Like Dante Hightower, Rolando McClain, Javier Arenas. Those guys paved the way for us to have the things that we got now, like our weight room, locker room. All those guys put in the necessary work for us to make sure that we got the right things to make ourselves better and comfortable.
But bad is relative, right? I mean, was an SEC championship and a playoff semifinal, is that a bad year?
It's not bad to me that I get a ring, but like we ain't finished the way we wanted to, because the ultimate goal every year is a national championship for everybody around the country. And if it's not, you don't need to be playing football or playing at the collegiate level, because every year everybody wants to win that championship and get their names in lights and be that guy or that player or that team or that coach. So,
Reggie, Tony Cornish Jr., WTVY in Dothan. Coach talked a little bit about trying to get back that physical footprint that Alabama's been known for. Punch you in the mouth, you know what we're going to do, you got to stop us, power football. What have you guys been doing in the off season to try to get that back, get that physical swag back in Tuscaloosa?
First off, you got to have mental toughness. And I know in the runs, some guys started off kind of slow and not mental, but as it went on, the guys that are doing it, you could tell, and the ones that aren't doing it, we started to kick them off the field. We got to make sure the guys that we want on the field, we got to make sure that they are there and ready and mentally prepared. If you're not mentally prepared to play for Coach Saban, and you're not going to get on the field, he's going to put the guys on the field that are mentally ready and are mentally strong and want to play the game of football relentlessly, especially on defense. You got to be tough. Even Coach Saban won't recruit you if he didn't think you were tough, but if you come in and not showing that you're tough, it's just going to put you down the depth chart. And you got to, and the guys that's doing it, you can just tell each week.
Reggie here in the back, Jake Young from WJHL in Johnson City, Tennessee. You guys, the schedule's so tough every year, so many teams that consider themselves your rival. When you see a team like Tennessee get the recruiting classes and the improvement they have, do you ever just kind of step back and be like, geez, now we got to add another one onto the list that's going to be a tough one for us?
Every game is tough in the West, because like everybody can be beat. But like far as Tennessee, they're a good program. I know they got my little brother Alvin Kamara. And that's a good pickup by them at the running back position, because I know when he was here, he did some good things for us. But each week is very tough in the SEC, even on the East. And if we don't do the things we got to do, and each weekend, week in and week out, we can be beat. So we got to do the things we got to do on and off the field and be mentally tough.
You were saying how fans would let you know when Alabama struggles real fast. What's the funniest or craziest thing that fans have come up to tell you, or something you remember and say, that's a little strange?
It's so much. It's kind of hard to say. Like, everywhere I go, it's a fan coming to me, Roll Tide, we got to do this, we got to do that. So, but all the fans are great, and I love them, and I'm very thankful to be in the program and in the fan base that I'm in right now, and the community that I'm in Tuscaloosa.
Hey, Reggie, Carl Prather, WFF 48 TV in Huntsville. What does this feel like for you, putting in all the hard work personally to get to this point, to be able to represent Alabama with media days today, and of course being a leader coming into the fall?
Ever since I was little, I always wanted to be in stuff like this, to be one of the guys that come and to get to show off the team and some of the things that we've done and talk about. And like, I always wanted to be like this since I was little. I used to talk to my mom and my dad about this when I was little, and I always wanted to be one of those guys to represent the team in the right way and just be. I'm just happy and thankful to be here, because my first 2 years when I was at Alabama, I never thought I would be in this position. But when Coach Saban talks about the process is the process, and you have to take your time and do what you have to do to be in the right position. And when Coach Saban feel like you're ready to play, and he gonna give you an option to do what you gotta do and play. If you don't get it done, he get somebody on that's for you. So you got the right mindset on the field and off the field each week.
Reggie, Christine Killmeyer, WHNC in Huntsville. Talk a little bit about what, for you, the decision-making process was like to come back for your senior season.
It was a very good process. I talked to my mom and dad all the time about the process of me coming back. But like in the back of my mind, I knew I wanted to come back and be with those guys in the locker room because this past year was a bad taste in our mouth. But like I said earlier, we got to keep going forward. But like I really wanted to get that piece of paper and graduate and show my mom and give it to her because that's something that nobody can ever take away from me is being able to graduate from high school and college, and that's something in my family that's a big accomplishment for us.
And along those lines, Reggie, how close did you get to leaving? And aside from just wanting to get the degree, what were some of the other factors that went into you wanting to come back? And if you're comfortable sharing, what was the grade that you got from NFL?
I got a second-round grade, but like I wanted to come back for my education reasons, really, so that I can have something to fall back on because my football career is not going to last forever. And I got something that I can do. I'm good with people. I like working around people, and that's something that's big for me is getting my education and really just giving it to my mom and just working hard because my parents didn't go to college my parents didn't go to college, and I wanted to go to college and graduate. And that's very big because I'm the seventh child in my family, 5 brothers and 1 sister, so it's very big in my family.
Taylor Tannenbaum, WTVY in Dothan. As a defender, what's it like seeing Kenyon Drake back on the field, able to do his thing, and what does it really mean for this team as a whole, having him healthy and back on the offense as a leader?
That's very big for us because he can extend plays on the offensive side. It might be like 4th and 2 or 3rd and 8. You get it to him out in the flats, he gonna make somebody miss, and he gonna get upfield and get to 6-7 yards and give us a chance to, even on 4th down, to pound the ball with Derek. But Kenyon is that type of guy. He's an offensive weapon, and he's hard to deal with. He really is hard for him to game plan with the offensive mind with Coach Kiffin because Coach Kiffin gonna have him out in certain areas that it's gonna be hard to beat. Flex him out, put him in the backfield, might line him up in the slot area or somewhere, and just make him a weapon.
Reggie, Rick Carley, Fox in Birmingham. We're talking with your coach a while ago about possibly becoming a little bit softer, kinder, gentler in his old age. I take it you don't see much of that, huh? Or do you?
Of course, on the field, Coach Saban is Coach Saban. He has a structured way. He wakes up a certain time every morning. On the field, Coach Saban gonna coach. That's his job. He's gonna get the job done. And off the field, coolest guy you can meet. Like he's a people person. Just because people see him on TV hollering, yelling, doesn't mean he's not a good guy. He's a great guy. He's always been there for me. I know if I need anything, he's gonna always help me. And he's a player's coach. If we need to talk to him, we can talk to him. But he's always busy and he's not there all the time. But we still can get in contact with him some kind of way to talk to him about something. But Coach Saban is really a great guy, really.
In just a few months, you'll be making your return to Jordan-Hare Stadium, first time since the Kick 6. Does that game still sting, and are you kind of seeking revenge for that still at this point?
I got goosebumps about that. But I'm an in-state guy. That game is always huge for us with my family and everybody. So that game is huge every year. I didn't really grow up. I grew up Alabama and Auburn fan. I love watching sports, period, and I just love watching. But since I'm with Alabama, that game still hunts me in the back of my mind because just being on that sideline, then when Adam kicked it and the ball fell short, and once they ran down the field, it sits there in the back of your mind, just sitting there and get a chance to go down there and redeem myself. And Auburn, that's a great feeling to know.
Reggie, if I could get your thoughts on the physicality of playing LSU, what kind of game that is, hitting-wise, and your thoughts on Leonard Fournette. And
Leonard Fournette is a beast. He's a big guy. He runs the ball very hard. If you don't come downhill with the right hat speed, flat back and hat speed, and hit him, he'll run you over, as you've seen some of his plays. But the whole offense is very physical and tough. I know a guy I communicate with all the time is Vidal Alexander, one of the guards on the team. Very physical guy. And I play with him in the Under Armour game. Very physical guy then, big and powerful and physical and can move. So that whole team is very physical and powerful.
In the way back.
Reggie, Stephen Gunner, WSFA Montgomery. You seem like you're a guy that likes to take players and also fellow linebackers under your wing. You mentioned Rashawn and Reuben. Talk about a young guy like Sean Dion Hamilton and just the potential that he has.
The sky's the limit for him. He's the valedictorian of his class. Very smart guy. He's my locker mate. He's right beside me. And every time he needs a question, he asks me. If I need a question with him, some stuff I might not know, he'll know. So that's a good. We also have a love-hate relationship. Sometimes he gets on my nerves. Sometimes. But he's a very good guy and a very humble guy to have on my team.
Final question right here.
Reggie, I don't think you've lost to LSU since you've been in Alabama. Is that still a big rivalry? Does it lose a little something when they haven't beaten you guys in a while?
Every time you play them, it's very physical and it's very tough. So you really don't worry about how many times you didn't beat them. You worry about the times you're playing them right then and there. Because anytime they're good every year, and we just get lucky on some plays, and that we make. It's all about being in the right place at the right time sometimes, and that's how we've been for the past few years. And we just got to keep chugging on, because that's a good team regardless. Because going to play them down there, and at nighttime is tough. So you gotta come with it every time you play them.
Okay, thank you.